And then he leaned in. It wasn't a kiss. Not yet. "If you like him," she said one night over wine, "I won't stop you. Just be careful." I made a choice. I called him. "Dinner. Tomorrow. We'll see where it goes." The restaurant was different this time. Quieter, tucked away on a side street, with mismatched chairs and a chalkboard menu. I'd picked it deliberately. No candles, no wine lists, nothing to blur the lines between dinner and date. Elliot sat across from me, his usual confidence dialed back, replaced by something cautious, almost fragile. He wore a navy sweater instead of his office button-down, and it softened him, made him look less like the man who'd shattered Mia and more like someone I could trust, if I let myself. "Thanks for this," he said, fiddling with the edge of a napkin. "I wasn't sure you'd call." "Neither was I admitted, my voice steady despite the storm in my chest. "But I figured. We can't leave it like that. Not knowing." He nodded, eyes flicking up to meet mine. "So, where do we start?" "Good question. Where did we start? With the dinner that wasn't supposed to mean anything? With Mia's tears still echoing in my ears? With the part of me that wanted to run? And the part that wanted to stay?" I took a sip of water, buying time, then set the glass down with a quiet clink. "Let's start with the truth," I said. "All of it. No more surprises." He exhaled, long and slow, like he'd been holding his breath since that night outside the first restaurant. "Okay, ask me anything." I didn't hesitate. What really happened with Mia? His jaw tightened, but he didn't look away. We met in grad school. Second year. She was this whirlwind. Smart, funny, intense. I was, lost, I guess. Trying to figure out who I was. We clicked fast. Too fast. 6 months in, it fell apart. Why? Because I was an idiot. He laughed, but it was hollow. I cheated. Once. With some girl from a bar I barely remember. Mia found out. Confronted me. And I lied. Said it didn't happen. Made her feel like she was overreacting. She wasn't. She ended it, and I didn't fight for her. I didn't deserve to. The words hit like stones, each one sinking deeper. I pictured Mia, her voice breaking over the phone, her hands trembling as she'd told me the same story. But hearing it from him, unfiltered, made it real in a way I hadn't expected. "Why didn't you tell me that first night?" "I wanted to," he said, leaning forward. "But then you laughed at my stupid gnocchi joke, and I didn't want to lose that. I hadn't felt that good in years, Lauren. Not since I screwed everything up with her." My throat tightened. I wanted to hate him. For Mia. For me. For the mess we were in. But there was something in his voice. Regret. Raw and unpolished. That made it hard. "And now, what's different?" "You," he said simply. "You're not her. This isn't some redo. I'm not that guy anymore. At least, I'm trying not to be." I didn't know what to say. The waiter came with our food. Pasta for me, a burger for him. And we ate in silence for a while, the clatter of forks against plates filling the space. I watched him, searching for the lie, the crack in his story. But all I saw was a man who looked tired. Not of me, but of himself. "Does she know?" I asked finally. "That we're here?" He shook his head. "I haven't talked to her since. You know, years ago. I figured that's your call." It was, and I'd made it. After that night over wine, Mia had given me her reluctant blessing. "Be careful," still ringing in my ears. But sitting here, across from Elliot, I wondered if careful was even possible. The next few weeks were a tightrope walk. We kept it light. Coffee runs, lunches at the office. A movie one rainy Saturday. No grand gestures, no late-night confessions. Just time. I told myself it was a test. To see if he'd slip, if the old Elliot would resurface. But the truth was Messier. I liked him. More than I wanted to admit. Mia noticed. We met for brunch one Sunday, her eyes narrowing over her mimosa as I dodged her questions. "You're glowing," she said, half accusing. "It's him, isn't it?" I stabbed at my eggs, avoiding her gaze. "We're just hanging out, seeing where it goes." "Seeing where it goes," she echoed, her tone flat. "With Elliot Grayson. Lauren, I said I wouldn't stop you, but..." "God, are you sure?" "No," I said honestly, "but I need to find out." She sighed, setting her glass down. "Just don't let him pull the same shit on you. Promise me that." "I promise," I said, and I meant it. But promises are fragile things, and deep down I knew it. It was a Thursday night when the first real test came. We were at my place. A rare step past the neutral ground of cafes and theaters. I'd cooked. Nothing fancy, just chicken and rice. And we were on the couch, a half-empty bottle of wine between us. The TV hummed in the background. Some sitcom neither of us was watching, and his arm rested along the back of the couch, close but not touching. "You're quiet tonight," he said, tilting his head. "Everything okay?" "Yeah." I lied, then caught myself. "No. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop." He frowned, shifting to face me. "What do you mean?" "With us," I said, gesturing vaguely. "This feels good. Too good. And then I think about Mia and what you did, and I wonder if I'm just next." His face fell, and for a moment I thought he'd get up and leave. But he didn't. He set his wine glass down, hands clasping in his lap. "I get it. I do. And I can't undo what I did to her. Or prove I won't hurt you. All I can do is show you, day by day. If you'll let me." I swallowed, the weight of his words pressing against the doubt in my chest. "And if I can't, then I'll walk away," he said quietly. "No hard feelings." The sincerity in his voice cracked something open in me, a hope I'd been too scared to name. I reached for his hand, tentative, and he met me halfway, his fingers warm against mine. We didn't kiss. Not then. But the air shifted, charged with a promise neither of us spoke aloud. It couldn't last. Not like that. The universe has a way of testing you when you least expect it, and ours came in the form of a text. I was at work, scrolling through emails, when my phone lit up. "Mia, call me. Now." I stepped into the hall, heart pounding, and dialed. She picked up on the first ring, her voice shaking. "He's back." "What? Who?" "Elliot," she spat. "He messaged me last night. Out of nowhere. Said he's sorry and wants to talk." "What the hell, Lauren?" My stomach dropped. "He. What?" "You heard me. He's texting me like nothing happened. Like he didn't rip my life apart. Did you know about this?" "No," I said, gripping the phone. "I swear, Mia, I had no idea." She laughed, sharp and bitter. "Of course you didn't. That's his game. Keep everyone in the dark until it's too late. You're still seeing him, aren't you?" I hesitated, and that was answer enough. "Mia, Save it," she cut in. "I told you to be careful, not to dive in head first. But you did, and now he's pulling this? God, I can't do this again." "Mia, wait." The line went dead. I stood there, frozen, the hallway spinning. Elliot texting Mia? After everything? My mind raced. Doubt, anger, fear colliding in a messy tangle. I marched back to my desk, grabbed my bag, and headed for his office. He was there, hunched over his laptop, and looked up when I stormed in. "Lauren, what's..." Did you text Mia? I demanded, voice trembling. His eyes widened, then dropped. Yeah, I did. The admission hit like a slap. Why? After all this? After promising me you'd changed? Why? He stood, hands raised like he could calm the storm. It's not what you think. I wasn't. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I wanted to apologize. For real this time. Not for us, but for her. Apologize. I laughed, incredulous. Now, when we're whatever we are, you didn't think to tell me. I was going to, he said, stepping closer. Tonight, I swear, I sent it last night because I couldn't sleep. Couldn't stop thinking about how much I messed her up. I owed her that much. You owed me that much. I shot back. You don't get to decide what's best for her. Or me. Without talking to me first. He flinched, and I saw it. The guilt. The same guilt I'd seen that first night. You're right. I screwed up. Again. I'm sorry, Lauren. Sorry doesn't fix this, I said, turning for the door. I need space. Don't call me. Space didn't help. It just gave me room to spiral. Mia wouldn't answer my texts, and Elliot, true to his word, stayed silent. Work became a minefield, his presence a constant ache I couldn't escape. I replayed everything. The dinners, the couch, the promises, and wondered if I'd been a fool all along. A week later, I found a note slipped under my apartment door. Elliot's handwriting, neat and slanted. I'm not giving up. Not on you, not on fixing this. Meet me at the park tomorrow, 6 p.m. If you don't show, I'll let it go. For good. I stared at it, torn between crumpling it and clutching it. Mia's warning clashed with the memory of his hand in mine, and I didn't know which to trust. The clock ticked toward 6 p.m., and I stood at my window, watching the sun dip low. Then my phone buzzed. Mia again. He called me. Said he's meeting you tonight. Asked me to tell you he's serious. What do I do, Lauren? I typed back, fingers shaking. What do you want me to do? Her reply came fast. I don't know. But he sounded different. Like he means it. I looked at the note, then the clock. 5:45. 15 minutes to decide. My coat hung by the door. The park 10 minutes away. I could stay. Let it end here. Or go and face whatever came next. The door clicked shut behind me as I stepped into the dusk. Comment down if you want part 3.